Previously on Dungeons and Discourse, the gang went to the marketplace where they encountered the Hindersons.
Back to my house.
Standing outside Bailey's house, just being like, fuck, they're taking a while.
Blood sort of dripping from the back of your head. You're sort of checking spots, pulling little shards of glass out.
On the upside, your hair's purple now.
I like the blue though.
All right, so you guys meet back up at Bailey's.
All right.
Yeah.
I come
Unless
in.
you all have something else that you want to do
I don't think so.
between
I've
traveling
been
from where
waiting
you
there a
were
little bit
to...
because I'm
Yeah, you've been there
nimble
probably
and
about
quick.
an hour.
Yeah, I grabbed a shovel from my joint, so
Cool.
because obviously being a farmer, I'd have a shovel on hand. So we can head up and start manipulating the flow.
I'll make I'll reduce the psychedelic mushrooms while I'm at home, and I'll try and make like a little bit, just like a really, really, really mild dose to try and help the master. Like super mild.
Yeah.
Super.
While
like,
those guys are doing that, I'm just out the front of Bailey's house, just doing some sword swing drills, just prepping and being like, I'm no good at this, all of this stuff. So fucking about.
I'll come out the front and I'll be like, wow, Cliche, you've really been improving over the years. Look at you.
My rolls of 2.
Look, she didn't really have much at the apothecary. I got what was it?
Alm root.
Almond root. I know he's tried that before and it hasn't really helped, but I've made up a little bit of something that he can drop into his tea. Maybe that'll help. And then
Sorry, Bailey, you always heal me. It's fine, man. I'm sure you know what you're doing. By the way, do you have any of those scones from last night? Because the bottles kind of hurt me.
of course, I'll do you one better.
Cliche says that, he just pulls another shard out from his back.
I'll get some scones. I'll heat them up on sort of the hot plate for a little bit, and then I'll spread some nice, homemade butter and some jam on there.
Thanks, man.
And I'll give it to him.
Delish. All right.
What's the heal on those?
Tell us what the heal is. As you cast, what's the actual spell you're casting right now?
I'm doing cure wounds at the moment.
Yeah, cool. So you're curing wounds, but with the delicious tastiness of a scone with butter and jam.
All right, so be.
Oh,
It'll be three points.
rough. The bare minimum.
Sitting on 14 out of 18.
That's not terrible.
Great for a sword fight.
As long as you don't get injured by this dam.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Get washed down straight onto Henderson's doorstep.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. It definitely helped. Like, it's...
I'm sorry I didn't have more scones.
Nah, it's fine, man. But you helped out after that fight last night. That's cool. All good. I'm just gonna go back to my, vertical strike.
Hiya!
Horizontal strike. All about announcing the attack as I do it. So.
Vertical strike.
Level 2. It's not going to be like epicness. Yeah.
I'll put in what humble gardening tools I have into my wheelbarrow, and a hoe, maybe like a spade or something.
Nice.
Maybe we should go back to the apothecary and get that hoe.
All right, so you've loaded up all of your tools, and Snacks, you have your trusty shovel from the farmstead, and you've made up a strong concoction of the magic mushrooms, which you're going to now use in some way with some water somehow up on the mountains.
Yep.
So while these guys keep doing that, I'm actually going to quickly run up the top, because that's what I do, and just leave the medicine for the master.
Yep.
I'm not actually going to see him in this situation. Just leave it for him with a note just saying, this is all they had. We will be getting more tomorrow. I'm just going to go hang out with the guys a bit more. I've been training, I promise. And then run back down.
Nice. You swiftly go up to the mountaintop as these guys both sort of lug all their gear up. Because you're heading off the mountain, right? So you're trying to catch the flow just after the dojo, right?
Yeah.
And redirect or do what you're doing.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right. So you guys trudge up the mountainside as Cliche heads up and does his thing, and you guys meet back in a
Sprints back to them.
oh, hey guys. And you are sourcing a spot where the water is kind of going to be able to be like contained, right?
Yeah, so somewhere where we can build like a little reservoir at first.
Yeah, so the first point is to create a fork,
Right.
and one of them is a reservoir
Right.
that we will create all of this tainted water, and the other one is just built up because that's going to be where we launch it down towards Snacks.
Okay.
So
you're catching all of the water right now, like
Yeah,
you're not letting any flow
literally
through.
dried up for tops an hour, right? Like we're pretty good. Yeah. So we've created a fork, and there was already somewhat of a fork, but we've made it better because there was some going to Snacks and a heap going to Hindersons.
Yeah, I guess we've reversed it. So
Yeah,
they're
so
getting
we've
trickles and
reversed
we're
it.
getting the main.
There's
Yeah.
very,
Damn,
very,
the whole
very
thing.
little going to Snacks.
But
So he's very far away from the mayor of Dead Men, like as far as the water flow goes. So Snacks gets little to no water at the moment.
So we're basically redirecting that. So they're getting
we reversed it.
very little,
Yeah.
and now I will be getting considerably more.
But before we rush it down to them, we've created a build-up.
Okay.
Yeah, so
yeah.
we've built up a reservoir, so they shouldn't really notice anything.
Yeah.
In theory,
And that is where we have added some.
there might be a 5-minute period of theirs being like, "Oh, that's a bit low," and then it's fine. They haven't
Nice.
noticed.
Well, currently they're still at market anyway. So
Yeah, that's fine.
you know, you guys have been gone about an hour and a half, 2 hours now
Really
tops.
can't wait to hear about this wheel that's collapsed on them.
I want to use the best of my judgment to like not overdo it, but like I don't want to use the entire thing that I have, but enough to be like that's gonna create some discomfort for whoever's drinking.
They're gonna
that.
hallucinate some stuff. Yeah,
They're not gonna be now cracked in their mind and they're just gonna be
All right.
they're
So
gonna feel like some ooziness and
first
maybe
is
some-
first, you guys have to catch this water. So
Yeah,
I'll
go
give
on.
you guys to do a survival on that.
survival.
Just because this is more of like you're making your own catchment sort of thing. It almost is a nature, but we'll go survival.
14 plus 4, so 18.
Nice.
16 plus 4, 20.
Oh, I got
Damn.
advantage.
Oh, I actually have advantage too.
Damn.
Oh, I rolled a 4, so yeah, I'm still on 18.
I don't
Nice.
want to talk about it.
Fair enough.
I rolled 2 and then 3, so I got 5 on
Wow.
my best. Because
Wow.
I have advantage plus 3 on survival, and I rolled 3.
Did you want us just to we'll worry about this? You want to just pass us the tools when we tell you what tool we need?
Yeah, that's a good idea, guys. I'm kind of only good at what I do. I'll collect the most wood you've ever seen. Runs off and collects a bunch of wood.
Nice. Even then, you're getting like live branches that don't seem like they're going to work the best, but it's
That's
okay.
fine. Those two roll their eyes. Only good at certain things.
So you guys begin to dig this trench out, this thing that's going to capture quite a large sum of water so that you guys can do what you need to with it. You've got a pretty convincing little pool of water, probably like 200 liters of water just in this big pool, ready to do whatever you need to. And you've got the means to sort of break that and have it flow in the right direction towards the Hindersons yet again. It's going to flow the natural way that it would anyway. So you guys have just dammed it up.
Yep.
All right.
Drug it.
What's next?
Go
You going
for
to drug it?
I'm gonna drug it. I'm gonna be super careful.
Give me a medicine check. Let's see how careful you are.
Okay. That is cursed.
It somewhat is.
11 plus
I think I've had
4, 15.
15. Okay.
Have
The
cursed
Oregon roll.
All right. So you have played around with the hallucinogenics before.
15. Well, 11 plus 4.
So that's pretty good. You've played with mushrooms before. You've experimented with them. So you already know the toxicity of fairly potent levels of these mushrooms, and so you know what the brew that you concocted is pretty full on. It's also 200 liters of water though, which is then going to go down a mountain So it's going to be filtering through stone, through ground, through everything else on the way down the valley. And then it's going to touch onto the plants, and then it's going to touch onto their main water collection depository. So you know it's got a long way to travel. So you're pretty convinced if you put the lot in there, it's probably, by the time it gets to where it's going to be, it may work.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to avoid, I guess, as much as I can,
ASMR water.
is I don't want the entire town to be like
Zombies.
you know.
They can have a good time.
They can, yeah. Maybe if a couple locals get like a little bit sort of like, you know.
Is this an Australian D&D game or what?
I just want the Hendersons to, like, you know, test their supply and be like, this is fucked. And then they not being able to sell it, or they do sell it and then everyone else is like,
No, they're not aware.
This is fucked.
Surely they don't test their own product. They would have peasants for that, right?
Maybe.
Like, surely they're just a collection and sell on.
Just want to
That's too egotistical. They're salesmen at best.
just want to taint their stock, basically. I don't want to fucking we don't want to fucking
Just teabag all of it.
All right.
yeah.
So you think if you put all of it in there, you're going to probably taint it, and if they do try it before they bottle it, then it'll have some sort of an effect on the Hindersons.
Surely they're floating.
If you don't put all of it in there, it may not have an effect on the Hindersons, but it'll still have something.
Yeet it all.
Yeah, we'll put it all in. We'll put it all in.
All right.
Yeah.
So you sort of glug, 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 glug. Look at the last little bit and you're like, dump it in, mix it in with a couple of sticks. You watch as the water taints to a sort of a bluish, purplish sort of a color. Looks very obvious in such a concentrated amount that this is really not good. So you know from experience that bathing in a big pile of mushrooms is not wise.
Oh, the
Been there,
guys
done that.
remember me that night.
Because I don't. All right.
Yeah.
So the
So now we're gonna break the levee and let it run down.
Yeah,
and
let
it
see what's down there.
let the
Yeah.
levee break. Okay. You guys dig out the levee again and let
That's
it
where I get
follow
to be
its
useful and attempt a
break something.
heroic looking cool one where I do like a barrel roll flip across the river and cut
Nice.
the dam.
All right. Give me an athletics.
Of course. Can I use somebody else's fucking dice?
Acrobatics actually would be better. Acrobatics.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Somehow my dice.
No, it's
Dice.
just you. It is just you.
It's just me. But I have advantage.
You need to change up your technique or
I have advantage.
whisper sweet
Chill out.
weapons.
It's all on the wrist, boy.
So
It's all on the wrist.
13.
It's not great.
It's not awful.
The technique is you've got to give him these ones.
Yeah. 13.
All right. So you got to do like a sort of a flip over, and you're gonna hit
Yeah.
like the last lying log.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The key log that we deliberately planned.
Yeah, like that one trigger. You miss that log. You do a really cool flip over the top though, and then you land on the other side of like your dammed up wall. So you do land. You don't fall in there, but
That's
it's
cool.
not.
And the other two are like, you're an idiot, and
Yeah.
just knock it over.
Yeah, they both just
Yeah.
grab that one stick and they're like, and just
We've already got a rope attached to it.
I was going to say I'll yeet my hand axe at it.
your hand act washes
I want to roll
downstream.
for that for sure.
No.
Well, I just ruined what might happen. All right, so yeah, you guys just pull the plug with your rope attached to it already, and just like,
Pull the plug.
and it just breaks down the downstream. You watch as the purpley blue water just washes down the valley towards the Hendersons' property.
Alright.
All right.
And now, so that's damned from there. So
that's
they're
plan-
gonna be getting
plan A.
nothing after that.
After that,
Some, so that they're not.
Yeah, but it's going to be more
Straight
like
away.
it's going to be drizzle.
Yeah,
right? Okay.
The rest of it
Yeah.
should be heading down towards my joint.
Right.
that's our plan.
All right.
Yep, we're gonna switch it around,
Cool.
and then just before shit hits the fan, guys, I got some idea for some traps. Because they're gonna realize what's going down to a degree, and they're gonna walk their way up the river. So, you know some good mushrooms and some good stuff.
Yeah.
Is there a thorned bush that we could place that would spring out and hit them and make them think, they're hallucinating or they've forgotten where they are, or maybe make them really sleepy?
Do I?
A bush that makes them sleepy.
Yeah, is there a bush?
The old sleepy bush.
The old
I think he's thinking like poison ivy, but
Right, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
like something for them to like walk through and then
Yeah,
poison
something
and
to
then...
like really. Yeah, it'll spring up as they step on it.
I grow thistles and maybe I could
We could
put the
stain them.
thistle, and then maybe put rub the mushroom oil on top of the thorns,
Yeah,
perhaps. Yeah.
Yeah, something less hallucinogen, more like depressant.
Okay. I think I might have something. I'll go home and I'll check.
Cool.
All right. Okay.
So we're gonna set traps. We're not gonna just do this prank and assume it all works out. We're gonna know that they're gonna come be like, what the fuck, where's all our water? And why is the water that's coming messing it up? We're gonna set something in place to mess them up when they right.
So they're like, oh, these bushes have suddenly grown, and
Yeah.
this what's okay.
Yeah, okay. Cool. So you're going to actually plant bushes to make it look like bushes of like...
spring
Like
acrobatic.
like
a snare sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Right, okay. And then they're going to get stabbed by the bushes? Okay. I didn't know where that was going for a while there. I was like, what?
Yeah,
Come on.
It's hard to follow, Bree.
Look.
These ideas are always extravagant, but that's the thing. They're an idea.
Yeah. So I
Alright,
guess I
cool.
grow thistles at home, but
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know if I've got a sleepy plant. So can I do a check or something to check
Yeah.
if something that I do grow, perhaps?
Yeah. Give me a nature as you think back to your garden. Or you guys
cursed.
headed back there now?
Cursed. Are we heading back there now? Back home?
Well, yeah, I mean,
I can head back. And...
Yeah, you head back. We'll stand guard. I mean, they're not going to realize for a few hours at least. The water's going to take a while, but nonetheless, we'll hang out and wait for you.
13.
Okay. So
Sorry, that's cool.
thinking about like your garden and its properties and things, you don't have anything that's like decent for like a sleep or a something.
I guess
that's,
I do.
numb.
Like I just grow stuff for either it's pretty or it
It's
tastes
either
good.
pretty or it's tasty. It's the stuff like that, like fresh herbs and things like that, but nothing that's like has medicinal qualities of that kind. Hence why you didn't source the sleeping potion from your own backyard. You had to go to the apothecary itself to get the alm root and things like that. So
That makes extreme amounts of sense.
it does a little bit.
Just ask my mate for sleepy potion. That sounds. Yeah.
So you might have like some ingredients, but you're not an apothecary like yourself. You can't.
Like I through the process of cooking food, that's what it blesses it and makes it
gotcha,
healing.
Yeah.
I have thorns. I have thorns that will at least be painful. Thistles.
Let's set those up near the dam, so at least it slows them down, and it will be very funny.
Boy,
Because
if only we kept the rabbit trap from that orc.
All those years
When we
ago, hasn't it?
hey, have you guys been? I've been remembering that lately when I go to bed.
You know, I have been as well. It's a bit weird.
That is
I
weird.
didn't remember much of my childhood until
Neither.
recently.
That's odd.
Oh well.
Yeah. So let's set those traps up, and that's cool.
So I'll
Alright.
cut down some. I have a fair amount of
Hey, do you guys-
thistles, so I'm gonna cut some down and I'll bring it
what
up
do you
in a
reckon?
basket.
Nice.
Do you guys reckon that wheel like straight up fell off in town? Or do you reckon they rolled along? Like, it seems good. It's such
still-
a good plan, man. Like,
It's still not the end of the day, so like this has probably taken about 3 hours of your time so far. It's still just after lunch, so
Maybe we should do some sparring while he's getting his thistles.
Are you sure, guys? Like, okay, let's do that.
All right.
You guys need a bit more training anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, I got a hand axe. I'm good.
Yeah,
You have your sword.
I just ate.
that's cool.
Barely heads off.
Thistles anyway.
Barely heads off.
Yeah,
I'm off again.
Yeah, nice.
Fine. That's cool. Yeah, so we're gonna spar a little bit.
All right. Okay. So as Bailey heads down the hill, quite literally, he's going to get his thistles, and you guys begin to spar. So Bailey, you run back down to your garden, and how much are you grabbing? Are you going to grab it out of the roots so it looks like it's growing wherever you guys are planting it, or are you planning on putting it on some sort of a trigger trap?
I will uproot some just
Yeah.
in case. I mean, we can always cut it later.
Yep.
So I'm going to uproot some, quite a bit of it. Like I have fucking heaps. I have heaps. So
Sure.
So I'll just uproot a fair bit. Load up my wheelbarrow. And
Up again you go.
again you go.
Up the hill. Rightio. Okay. So that's Bailey. He's gone and grabbed his thistle. What are you guys doing?
Sparring.
Yeah,
Sparring
so
away.
the vertical strike is where you jump into the sky and you scream, "Vertical strike!" and you bring it down hard.
I'm going to vertical strike, Brady.
Okay. Very good. You mean cliche?
Yep.
Good going.
In the moment.
All right. roll to hit.
Obviously, we're both playing with sticks right now.
14.
Okay. You hit him. I'm almost certain of it.
Do I not get to?
What? Check your AC.
It's 16, by the way.
Plus 14 plus.
What do I...
It'll be your one-handed proficiency. So
that.
whatever your plus is for your hand axe will be fine.
Oh, yeah, plus 5.
Okay. So
19.
the 19. Yeah. So you hit
With a stick. We're
with
not
a
playing with
stick.
actual axes and swords.
Okay. Sure. All right.
be
You
ridiculous.
whack him with a stick.
What are you
and-
going to roll?
Thanks for
That's it. You get whacked with a stick.
Cool.
So
That's vertical strike. You did really well.
that's it. I won't injure you
sake.
any further with your stick whacking. All right. Anything else you guys are doing,
that
or
well, man.
just screwing around? Cool. Bailey, you come back up with the big pile of
No, there
thistles
he
in the
is.
wheelbarrow.
Glad you learned vertical strike at that time.
convenient.
Very nice.
Guys, I can't keep running up and down this mountain all day.
Man, I keep telling you, you should come train with me. Snacks here learned vertical strike in the time you were gone.
Where am I going to fit that in? I've got food to eat.
He raises a good point there, Cliche.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, he's keeping us alive with all this food. That's fair enough.
Men's
Sustaining
It's
two
also
different
delicious.
households.
I'm going to dump my thistles on the ground.
All right. You dump the thistles on the ground. Now, what's the plan with these thistles?
Alright, I'm going to make a snare with them.
Okay.
Snare. Yeah.
Alright.
It's a good idea. I'm help him out and suggest that we put some by the water, so that when they come over to inspect why this has happened, get some.
Alright.
All right. So right where you guys have diverted the water, you're going to put a snare.
Sort of near the damming area. So once they've noticed that and they head towards it, that's
What's
where
the
the snare
plan?
might trigger.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So give me a survival as you set up this snaring thing. So what's the idea? They snag their leg in it.
So
And
yeah,
they get
snares
hit in
like
the
those
face.
little rabbit traps where you step in it, triggers and
Yeah.
sort of grabs
Yeah.
it. So that's the general plan. So
it's gonna trigger them-
and then just stab them in the legs with a bit of thistle and thorn and shit.
I'll help with
Okay,
making
yeah.
these.
Alright, yeah.
13 plus 3 with advantage in my second roll.
So what was
Nice
it?
one.
Survival?
Yeah, survival.
So I got 16.
Nice.
14.
17 plus 4, but I have a proficiency. So
17 plus 4.
thanks.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
So
I
yeah,
got-
what's that? 21.
Yeah, I got 13 then 11. So
Awesome. All right. So you guys, not only do you manage to tie up a couple of decent looking snares to a couple of nearby trees, but you do it so well that it's very well hidden. You almost look back and go, where did we put this? Where was that snare? You're reluctant to step back that way.
Your thorns are pretty good.
This is actually a special breed of thistle. My grandfather planted. It's called the bramblethorn.
Nice.
Nice.
Awesome. All right. So, where do we go from here?
Oh,
It's the mid-afternoon by this point.
I've got to get the medicine to the master.
you've already.
You
done
already
that.
dropped it off.
Oh yeah, no, I already
Yeah.
dropped off. I'm going to go back and check on him and do some more training on the mountain guys. He seems a bit more frail than usual. Thanks for helping me out, grabbing the stuff while I did the
Of course.
distraction.
Anytime.
That was awesome. Yeah, I'm going to go check on him. He seems a bit, like, worse for wear. But thanks, guys. Just nimbly run off.
All right. So you head back up the mountain.
I think I'm gonna go check on Bob Snacks. What are you up to? You gonna come with, or you got your own stuff going on?
I need to check on the water flow to my farm. Like, we just sent water
That's
down
true.
that way. What's going on?
True, hopefully things are good.
Nice. Well, you guys head down together down the mountain, of course, because it's a very similar direction and path to Snacks Farm and also to back to Leylon. And Cliche heads up the mountain. So you're actually not too far away from the dojo, so you're going to beat them up there. So we'll go to you first. You head up the mountain to the dojo, and the master looks as though he's grabbed the items that you left for him, and he's now asleep in his bed.
Cool.
So he's just heavily snoozing. You can hear like a heavy snore coming.
Didn't even need the medicine. He's all good.
Seems like you took it.
It's okay. Yeah.
So that's cool. I'll keep training
Okay.
for the perceivable evening.
All right. So
Yeah.
standing up on the mountainsides,
Yeah.
you start to focus your chi and start to
Train away.
a little bit of training.
Different strikes besides vertical and horizontal.
Yeah.
He's going to do
After,
Throw some
after doing the
diagonals in
vertical
there,
strike a few
Diagonal
times.
movement. We've changed from 8-bit. Now we have diagonal movement.
He's still going to miss, but
After getting a good crack to the head, you not only do you go on your attack, but you also trial out some defense as well.
Yeah, I thought it was time to learn some blocks.
Block some vertical strikes.
you failed at blocking pretty much everything ever.
Yeah, including the 2 throws you guys throw in the beginning.
Cliche doesn't block, only attack.
All right, you guys head down the mountain. You're following basically the stream that you guys have redirected. It's finding its own path and just sort of going through the trees and finding a new way through the mountainside now. You get down to your farm and there is a heavy supply of water now rushing past the farm, pushing past it and through to sort of Leylon's kind of wall and hitting it and starting to pool up around the walls of Leylon outside.
Who knows? I mean, if your soy farm starts to boom, I can make more vegan cheese. We can maybe we can set up a little partnership, little cheesemonger store.
Snacks, soy snacks.
This D&D show has now become about how to make a business. We're all about
business
collaboration here.
Anyway, I bid Snacks adieu, and then I'll run off to in town to Bob and anyone else who needs help.
All right.
And I'll start just working on distributing the water to my crops as best I can, because I am a mediocre farmer.
Yeah.
I may be a farmer, but I'm not a great one, so I'm
You remember to grab your shovel back off of Bailey as you've headed back down the mountain. You're now sort of starting to dig new trenches, which is not so difficult now with the wetter ground. So you can see like a lot of the water is struggling to even seep into the ground. It's so dry as well. So it is just sort of flowing over the top at the moment. But it is slowly getting softer. So you start to try and work out what to do with your water and how to redirect and how best to use it.
Next time on Dungeons and Discourse, Bailey proves that Cliche is a bad influence by instigating a fight of his own.
We're sick of this. We're sick of you. You need to leave.
Oh,
This is our town. You cannot keep bullying us.